Why all BBEGs are not big, bad, and evil. Hi everyone, All Things D&D is back with another story. This brilliant story is going to make you question everything you know about evil. Tell us if you agree with the BBEG or not, and we'd love to hear about your Are We the Baddies stories after you listen to this. It's my first time DMing and I'm running a 5e homebrew campaign. My party rolled a rogue, sorceress, barbarian, and a ranger. I notice a distinct lack of tank and healer and the party's overwhelming squishiness. So I introduce a DMPC that I can phase out as the plot progresses and characters are less squishy, or one of them dies and re-rolls. I decide to put a twist on an age-old story. The party is following up on bounty to clear out a local orc camp. The rogue overhears. "The last sod that volunteered never came back. Damn shame." He figures it might be a rescue mission and an obvious plot hook, and these players love a good story as much as I do. The party makes decent progress into the orc stronghold and ventures into a blood pit sort of arena. Sitting in a cage is a younger man, I described as Geralt of Rivia, if he'd been born in a kind world. Not a rugged hunter, but just a bright-eyed, pale-haired, noble-looking dude in chainmail, sitting in prayer. Meet Werner. Orcs swarm into the blood pit and surround the party. The orc chieftain comes out to gloat, prep for slaughter. Pretty boy calls out from the cage, "I challenge you, chieftain!" Cue proper character introduction time. "I will stand with these four against you and your choice of champions, for honor and power." I figure it's a good way to learn to operate as a team, and so the chieftain and his two lieutenants open the cage and square off against the party with their new paladin buddy. The barbarian and ranger steal the show with some rule of cool crits, and Werner makes the killing blow against the chieftain. Werner is an Oath of Vengeance paladin. The party gets to lootin', and Werner declares, "Your chieftain and his lieutenants lie dead by our hands. You are to leave these lands. But should you seek to reclaim glory, march west. The Shieldbreaker tribe awaits you in the shadow of Mount Cursed." He turns to the party and drops the stern-faced nobility and goes into a full-on grateful glee. Bless you each and every one of you. I can only hold that sort of bravado for so long. All of you have my deepest gratitude, and in exile though I may be, I owe you all at the very least good drink and food before you collect your justly earned reward. Fast forward to a tavern where the party collects their bounty, and they buy their food and drink. They can practically see the quest giver icon floating over Werner's head and get the proper backstory. "I was the only son of my family. We held a modest kingdom to the west. I blame myself for being too trusting, but we were betrayed. The families of the lower court rose up in a bloody purge. In shame, I ran, and have been working to find allies, build power to reclaim my homeland. But I am no fool. The coffers of my kingdom are denied to me, and I would never ask adventurers to fight for the promise of coin alone." They pass every insight check to see he is a completely earnest and grateful noble. And so starts the main quest. The party starts to notice a few things throughout campaigning. Werner speaks most of the Beast Tribe languages fluently, Orcish, kobolds, goblins, and so on. He's a blushing schoolboy around the infernally bloodline sorceress who seems to reciprocate. He's a dutiful tank/healer. But damn if his spells aren't particularly offensive. He makes a habit out of trying to gain control of tribes and groups rather than outright murder them. Reveals as they approach the outskirts of his kingdom's territory a few months later that he's been at work for a few years gaining control of the tribes. Things are made much easier having new and trusted friends at his side. The bestial army is awaiting their war chief south of the border. Werner dons some nice darkened plate armor and places a wicked-looking helmet over his head. "I gained the allegiance of these tribes by honoring their traditions, and if it is their tradition for the one who gathered the army to wear this helmet, I shall not disrespect them in such a manner." The party realize they're going to storm a kingdom with a dark-plated paladin of vengeance who had an orcish army at his side, with the intent of seizing the throne. The rogue finally asks, "Wait, are we the baddies?" Insight again reveals that Werner sees them as his best friends from the bottom of his heart. "My friends, I know the thought of war is terrible, and with luck, it shall be done quickly. You have helped me get this far. Will you stand with me still?" The party deliberates. He's been nothing but good to them. Plus, he's a general bro and has been keeping the orcs and such from pillaging villages. The ranger asks, "It's just one kingdom." Cue a siege. The orc army makes quick work of the city defense and swiftly swarm through the city streets. They storm the castle, capture and ceremoniously execute the traitor families. They establish Werner as Emperor Werner Cursed von Dietrich the Returned. He embraces the party as noble heroes who restored him to the throne. Right away he gets to work, integrating all of those beast tribes into the populace. set on building his kingdom up as a new multicultural center of civilization. The party has a permanent invitation to consider the Grand Keep home between their adventures, as Werner's responsibilities will keep him largely relegated to the throne for some time. So the party has a new home base and is strong enough to go solo, but Werner always has jobs for them in the name of security and safety, and always paid more than fairly. He freaking loves those guys. So the party adventures and notices things each time they come back. The first time they returned, many red banners were draped around the keep and city with the crest of scales, weighing a fanged skull and a human skull in equal balance. It is a symbol of our new civilization of equality and understanding. The next time, there is construction of a large black spire in the center of the city. The tribal warlocks and I have been in discussion, and we found a way to channel the sun's very energy into nearly free energy and power for the people. It turns out the color black absorbs the heat better, and so, while a bit garish, it will improve the quality of life for everyone here immensely. The rogue starts getting uncomfortable. Next visit, tower is complete, ominous red banners flickering in the wind, banners popping up in villages further and further out. It is my duty as emperor to make sure that all within my borders are safe and secure. I shall not be one of those reclusive, self-absorbed leaders who would let his people suffer, no matter how far away they might be. True enough, banditry and crime is at an all-time low, but Werner is now wearing black and red finery, bearing some grim imagery, and has large portraits commissioned and displayed in every village, so that my people never have to fear that they've been forgotten or neglected. Insight rolls, and he still super means it. Main threat is the Dragonborn up in the mountains, which he hopes his dearest champions will be able to handle. But the Barbarian is uncomfortable. But I would never send you into any sort of danger unprepared. As such, I had our artisans and smiths craft for each of you enchanted arms and armor. The Ranger is no longer uncomfortable. Werner goes full Wizard of Oz. To Barbarian, for you, my mighty friend, I have commissioned an axe that shall transfer the strength of your foes into your own person. I know your rage is one of your mightiest weapons. As such, I would see that your enemies fall long before you ever will. He tosses in some spiked light armor as well. To Rogue, you, old chum, are the cleverest, slyest, most true gentleman I have had the pleasure of fighting alongside. For you, I had my warlocks pluck the essence of shadow and fold it into a cloak, so that danger shan't find you. If you were ever hurt, I do not know what I would do with myself. Sure, it makes him look like a horror when activating the effect, but damn, it's nice. To the Ranger, my friend, your bond with nature, I am sure, would put many a druid to shame. Never has there been a more fierce huntress or a keener eye, and thus only a bow made of dragon bone and black powder arrows is worthy of you. The Ranger is not sure whether to be grateful or uncomfortable. To the Sorceress, trying not to blush, and you, my dear, it may not be a secret that I am loath to see you go every time. But I know in you there is an adventurous spirit that cannot be tamed, and so I count my blessings every time you return here. For you, I bequeath a family heirloom, so that your power never ceases to grow. An amulet of some wonder. I pray that it keeps you safe till you return to me. He gives her an amulet that lets her convert the soul of a fallen enemy into an equal-leveled spell slot. 1 enemy for a first level, 2 for second, etc. With a degeneration rate of 1 soul per week. Alternatively, 8 souls could be 2 4th-level slots. Not that I'm encouraging my party to be murder hobos, but the Sorceress is super-duper comfortable. Next adventure they return from, there are smaller spires and villages popping up. The luxuries of the capital should not be restricted to the capital. That, and we're working on setting up a portal network through each of the spires. That way, no village, no town, nor city shall ever go unprotected. Ranger says, hey, it's still just one country. I decide to see how far I can push this. Werner sends a summon to his champions. They arrive to see a distraught Emperor Werner hunched over the map of the Empire and surrounding kingdoms and territories. A year or two has passed in-game. My friends, truly the crown has never weighed so heavily. My people are happy and flourishing. Our cities are expanding. The tribes continue to learn and join civilization. But therein lies the problem. Resources are beginning to run thin. I have sent envoys and invited foreign dignitaries to open trade, but all are loath to deal with us due to what I can only consider to be racism that flies in the face of all rationality and civility. And yet, I have a duty to my people. I see that we have a higher standard of living than all of our neighbors, and they stockpile resources that we could share and all profit from. Ranger and Rogue are getting uncomfortable. Werner begins pacing around the map. cape trailing, arms folded, skull-theme crowned, a new addition to honor the new traditions. I have purchased copies of ledgers, and I know that there is more than enough for everyone if they would only trade. And yet, I refuse to let my people down. So I ask you, my friends, who I trust as family, which of my neighbors should I spread my reach to first? The party deliberates. The rogue asks, Werner, what if we tried to stop you? Me, rolling a nat 1 on insight. Werner is wide-eyed, shocked and hurt. Why, I'd be devastated, completely and utterly heartbroken. After all we've been through, I adore you all as kin. Oh, you cad! Ha ha! You sly little. I see what you did there. That's such a ludicrous idea. You have a roundabout way of trying to boost my spirits, my friend, but it worked. Gods, I am lucky to have been saved by you all. The party is half guilted, half bribed into leading an invasion force. Not for the first or last time. Now, near the end of the campaign, the Empire had spread all over the continent. Black spires rising in every major trade hub, allowing Imperial forces quick access to any potential threat, while also pushing every new conquest into Magitech high fantasy. The party has gotten the reputation as the Overlord's Chosen. Werner keeps showering them in appropriate high-end but super menacing gear and rewards for their quests and loyalty. Follow the Evil Overlord checklist to the letter. The party is getting up to near level 20. I have them allying with / putting down dragons, so that we might benefit from their wisdom and never risk those that would seek chaos and naught else. Barbarian is my field war chief and loving it. Rogue is less spy master and more the black hand of the Emperor and best stabby friend. Ranger is the mistress of the hunt, helps find any criminals or foreign insurgents, or any corrupt leaders who might give the Emperor a bad name. Surprise, surprise, insurgents are all foreign. Werner adores his subjects and his ultimate dad friend to his empire. Sorceress pretty much decided to be Mrs. Evil Overlord when she gets tired of the adventuring life. She also has gotten good at perma-charming any disloyal viceroys. Created new alignment. Friendly evil. All hail the BFFEG. Are we the baddies? In this case, maybe. Do you think they're villains or heroes? Please let us know what you think and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, All Things D&D. Our next video will be posted in 3 days, so stay tuned for more amazing Dungeons & Dragons content.